Well, that's always a pretty good start for a blog video. You guys are going to want to watch this whole video through. It's pretty crazy. We finally connect with the buck. Dad lets an arrow fly. You're going to like this video.
Dad and I are back in here this morning, sitting on or near that high wall set that we sat last year, and you've seen us hunt a couple times this year. We're in the spot where me and Chance are sitting here in this last blog. We moved just a little bit from where I had been previously to set up a little bit better on this scrape that's down here below us, trying to set up on the fresh sign. So we're hoping we get some movement today. The last couple of times we've been in here, I've seen a bunch of does and a couple small spikes kind of chasing those does around. So we think it's only a matter of time before we see one of the big guys in here running around. We'll see what happens today, but we're trying to hunt this fresh sign right now. We think that's probably our best option for finding the deer after rifle season. It's just to stay on this fresh sign still while the rut is still going on. So we're set up between food and bedding on this fresh sign. So we'll see what happens this morning.
It's about 9 o'clock right now. Dad and I haven't really seen much. He caught a glimpse of some deer up on the high wall real early this morning. Couldn't really tell what they were. Then I saw a doe back here to my right, walking through the horsetail grass. Walked off to the west. That's all we've seen this morning. No chasing or no little bucks or big groups of does. So been pretty slow, but still feel like the rut's going pretty good back in here. With Nebraska's rifle season being like the 9th to the 20th every year, plus just the pressure that puts on the public land, I think the rut might be in a way pushed back, I guess. And it feels like for this piece of property, even just public land hunting in general, you get around Thanksgiving, that can be a really good time to be in the woods, sometimes even better than that first part of November. When Chance and I were in here during the first part of November, we were seeing small bucks chasing does. And I feel like from what we've learned last year, it picks up a little bit, getting some of those older deer on their feet when we get here closer to Thanksgiving. But I feel like if anything's coming through cruising, we should be able to at least catch a glimpse of it and hopefully get it to walk right here in front of us.
It's a buck. It's a buck. There's all these dead trees right in front of us. He's right behind that. Got it. coming up. I saw him going up that. He was going up that draw right there. But when I saw him going up that way, I was like, I just gotta try calling to him. Like he's out cruising, like he might just.
Yeah, and the minute you did, he looked right this way.
Yeah, and then he turned. And when he started walking, I knew he was coming over. I might have done it too. I don't know if I did it a tad too much.
Oh man.
Well, you talk about the highs and lows of hunting the rut right there. Been sitting here the whole time thinking we're gonna get skunked. Look to my left, coming right from that direction, right down the high wall. Nose to the ground was a really nice buck. And I was thinking when he was coming up, if he doesn't start coming this way a little bit and starts going up that draw, I'm gonna hit the grunt call real quick and see if I can't really stop him, turn him and get him to come in. Hit it a couple times, he turned, started coming right this way. In hindsight, I probably hit it one too many times. Looking through the viewfinder, he was a lot closer than I thought he was. Still don't think that's totally why he spooked. I mean, he was 20 yards away. Dad hadn't drawn back yet or anything like that, and he looked up here and spotted us. Just a, 4.5-year-old buck that's wise enough to know that doesn't look right, that there's two things in that tree. Jumped back a little bit and walked off back down the high wall, but still pretty sweet. We're probably gonna sit here for a little while longer and shake our heads a little bit more at the fact that we missed that opportunity, but sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes they're a little bit smarter than you are, and that's why he's still alive. That's why he made it through rifle season, and he's a public land buck. We have to expect he's going to be pretty smart. So sit here for a little bit longer, and hopefully we get something else cruising through.
I didn't have time to think. Holy crap, dude. What the heck just happened? Are you kidding me? Great blood right there.
Can you see it?
Yeah, there's great blood right there.
He's down right there.
I seen the blood coming out of him as he went.
I think he might be down right there.
It hit him hard.
I didn't know if you had drawn back yet.
I waited till he went behind that. I started and when he stopped.
Right here?
He was right there.
Because I was like,
when he went behind there, I started and he stopped. I'm like, oh. So I waited until he started moving, then I was back.
because the camera,
I don't know if you can see him.
the camera angle, I was getting to the point where He was getting too far this way. I was about ready to tell you, like, don't shoot, because I'm not gonna have him. I have him. He's on the wrong side of the screen, but I have him in there. All right, let's call Chance real quick.
Got one?
We got one.
Did you find him already, or you just hit him waiting there? Hear him go down?
No, we about shot an even bigger one, and he came in. And he's just smart and seen us. And I was just trying to film some more stuff, and thought I heard something. I just told Dad, like, hey, we might want to pay attention a little bit. There might be something else walking around. And like, literally, he just looks up from texting, and looks up, and here comes another one. And he came right in and started walking away from us. So I hit the grunt call again once. He turned and come right in like 5 yards below the tree.
Really?
Yeah. We haven't got down or anything. We're still in the tree. We're going to take these stands down, look at blood, and then take the stands back to the truck and come back in. But
Well, all my stuff, so I'll just drive down there and I'll just leave from there then, whenever I have to. So
okay, it's fine by me.
I'll start heading that way then, hopefully down over there, just like yours.
Yep, we'll see you.
Okay, see you in a little bit. Good job.
We've climbed down out of the tree now, got our stands packed up. We're gonna look for blood here real quick, see what we can't find, see if we can't find that arrow. Then we're gonna just back out, just because we got these stands to haul out anyway. So we're gonna haul these stands out, go back to the truck, and meet up with Chance, and then we'll come back in. But we're gonna see, like I said, if we can't find some blood here real quick.
There's blood right here. I don't see the arrow, but we got pretty decent blood. Right through here. Here's some more. Yeah, that's a dead deer. Some more deer.
Get him?
Yeah, he's pretty much dead, I think. Blood everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood right there. But
We're gonna shed some layers and then we'll get going.
okay, I gotta put something else on. Well, I made it back down here to meet up with Brody and Dad, so we're all gonna go back in now. They said they seen some pretty good blood, bright red, so hopefully double lunged him, we can get in there. Hopefully it's not too far. We're gonna head in there now. Got quite a walk, quite a haul out if we get one, so we're gonna get started.
Well, we made it back in here. This right here is the tree we were sitting in, and believe it or not, that deer was standing right there when Dad shot him. He come right up underneath the tree. So we've got reinforcements, as you saw. Chance is here. He took off this way over that log and then curved around and went back into some of that thick stuff. I think he crashed right there, but we'll go ahead and follow blood, which from what it looks like right here should be pretty easy. I'll let them go up, I'll follow behind, and it looks pretty good. We'll keep quiet and go slow, but he should be right up there.
Dad just walked maybe, I don't know, 5 yards from where he shot him. Found the back half of the arrow. Bright red blood. Hair on it, but it's not white hair or anything. And they looked at the shot, so they know it wasn't low or anything. But bright red blood all the way down it. So, arrow looks good. Bunch right here.
Got him. Right here.
Yep.
Man, he's hard to find in here. In there.
Yep, good job. Had that big one come in this morning, and then
Oh yeah.
we're mad that he didn't get a shot at that big one, or bigger one, and then this guy came in, so first buck with a bow.
First anything with a bow.
Yep,
Yeah.
on public land here in Nebraska, so.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But we're gonna get him gutted, get him out of here. This horsetail grass is horrible for filming in light. There's so much light filtering through, so we're going to get him out of here. We'll take some pictures and talk about it a little bit more here in just a little bit. Well, congrats, man.
Thanks for the help, fellas. Way to set us up.
We were pretty down on ourselves because that like a giant buck came in and came to like literally this tree right back here. And I mean, if he takes another 3 or 4 steps and steps out into the open, we might be able to get a shot at him, but we couldn't. So we were kind of down about that, and we were kind of shaking our head, and I was doing some interviews and stuff, trying to get some more film. And I told Dad we might want to pay attention a little bit. There's probably something else coming through here, following that same trail. And Dad goes, yeah, we might. Looks up from his phone and looks out here to the west, and there comes a buck. So I decided to hit the grunt call again because it worked on the other guy. He turned right around and come in within 5 yards of our tree, like right below us. So Dad made a good shot. I mean, 5 yards, can't really miss from there.
Yeah, if I miss, I don't need to be in the woods.
Nope. And they're definitely rutting, like his tarsal glands, the glands between his feet, his neck, you can see is huge. They're definitely cruising around back here. But we were setting up on this fresh sign, this scrape that's right here. Because it's seen activity the last, or 2 days ago when me and you were in here, so that's why we came back. That fresh sign was what we were going off of. We kept deciding if we should sit here or move just 60 yards that way and sit in that high wall set, and we decided to stay with this fresh sign. He wasn't necessarily coming to that scrape, but he was following what probably must have been does walking through there either early this morning or yesterday. I'm sure he was on that same trail the bigger one was on, and when he smelled the bigger one, he decided he didn't want any part of that. And I had grunted 3 or 4 times at that bigger one, so I'm sure he was coming in, heard it too, looking for that grunt, because the minute I hit it, when he was behind all that thick stuff, he turned and comes straight in. Yeah. And it seems like a spot too where the bucks, and the bigger bucks in particular, seem to cruise later in November. Because the first part of November, I mean, we made a comment in some of the earlier videos, this spot was not a rutting spot at all. We saw a couple of spikes come through. And even the does weren't here. But that rifle pressure pushes them here, and for some reason the bigger bucks just like to cruise back here. But it's later in November, and that's something you found too. Bigger bucks cruise later in November, later in the morning. I was saying in the stand that if I had to take vacation, I'd take it over Thanksgiving. One, you get a couple extra days because it's Thanksgiving, but I think the rut's better, especially on public land. I mean, hunting around Thanksgiving for the rut is just as good as hunting the first part of November. Yep.
Well, for my first bow kill, it's pretty nice. I can't complain.
I mean, it's always a matter of perspective, I think, when you're shooting stuff. There's going to be people that watch this video that go, why'd you shoot that 2.5, 3.5-year-old buck? There's bigger ones in there. And there's some people are going to say, heck yeah. I'm one of the guys that says heck yeah, because it's all a matter of perspective. And for you, this is just as big as a 200-inch Iowa whitetail. And for me, it's just as good as a 200-inch Iowa we're just as happy and grateful that he's sitting right here as anything else. Yep. So.
Well, you know, it comes down to a lot of times meat in the freezer for us too. We enjoy eating what we put on the ground, and you know, we're a family that likes to spend our time together in the woods. A lot of people, you know, they go to movies or they go to ball games, and
this is what we're doing on Saturdays.
For me, I enjoy getting in the woods with my kids, and sometimes it's a little cold, but today was pretty nice, and then when you can get something on the ground, it's even better.
Yep. Don't really matter how many inches it has. It's what your goals are, and I mean, this piece of public can probably kill deer twice this big, but it really doesn't matter. This is what you set out to do this year when you bought your bow tag, and it's what we came in here this morning to do. Pretty sweet, man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Congrats.
Yep. Thanks for the help, man.
You bet. Let's get him out of here.
Yeah.
That was a mile and a half.
We got a ways to go. Chance got to go work.
So that's 2 tags filled on our southern public land unit. I still got a bow tag and Chance still got a bow tag, so there's plenty of hunting left to go. As always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below and like this video. Thanks for watching.